Hello, all the children who are tuning in to watch our next instalment of the Lego movie. My son has been very busy setting up the next part of the story. So we got up to the Last Supper last time. So we're going to start now from what happened after the Last Supper, which was Jesus went to the Garden of Gethsemane with his disciples, and that was where he was arrested, and then on to the story of Good Friday, as that is where we're at now, is Good Friday, and then the last instalment will be on Easter Sunday. So enjoy. Jesus and his followers went straight from dinner to a quiet garden. Jesus wanted to pray and ask God to make him strong for what was about to happen. He took 3 of his closest friends, Peter, James and John, and asked them to wait and pray. He went further into the garden to pray by himself. It was very late, and the men were tired and couldn't keep their eyes open to pray, and soon they were asleep. Jesus woke them twice, but they went back to sleep each time. When we have tough things ahead of us, we need to pray and ask God to help us too, just like Jesus did. The third time Jesus woke his followers, he said, "We must go. Here comes the man who has turned against me." Just then, a big crowd carrying torches and clubs came into the garden. Judas, one of Jesus' followers, was with them and kissed Jesus on the cheek. It was the signal for the guards to arrest Jesus. Peter pulled out his sword and cut off the ear of one guard. Jesus told Peter to put the sword away and then healed the guard's ear. You might think the crowd would let Jesus go after he healed the man's ear. Well, they didn't. The guards arrested Jesus and took him away. Lots of people loved Jesus, but some didn't like him at all. After Jesus was captured in the garden, he was taken to the house of the high priest, then to Pilate, the Roman governor of Judea. All night the rulers asked Jesus if he was God's son. They did not believe that he was. Finally, Pilate said that he didn't think that Jesus had done anything wrong. But the people who hated Jesus kept yelling until Pilate decided that Jesus had to die on a cross. Pilate's soldiers took Jesus and put a crown of thorns on his head and made fun of him. Then they led Jesus out to the city to a place called Golgotha. At 9 o'clock in the morning, the soldiers nailed Jesus to a wooden cross. They also put 2 soldiers beside Jesus, one to the right and one to the left. It was a sad day, but God had a plan. While Jesus was on the cross, the land became dark from noon until 3 o'clock. Then when Jesus died, there was a great earthquake. When the earth shook, the thick curtain in the temple ripped from top to bottom. Now people could see inside the most holy place. Before, only the high priest could see inside. When the soldiers at the cross saw what happened when Jesus died, they knew he really was the Son of God. A rich man named Joseph of Arimathea had a new tomb where he planned to be buried. He took Jesus' body from the cross and put it in his own empty tomb. Joseph and Jesus' friends wrapped his body in strips of linen and laid it carefully in the tomb. A huge stone was rolled in front of the door. Roman soldiers were going to come to guard the tomb. Jesus died because he loved us. He died so that our sins would be forgiven. Let's find out more. Everyone thought they would never see Jesus again. They were in for a big surprise. We'll find out more on Easter Sunday. Tune in then. Bye.